guys, welcome back to the channel. So here we go, the Yamaha Xsr 900 in a stunning blue colour, gold rims. Absolutely love the look of this bike. The only bit I'm not overly keen about is the seat. Looks a little bit odd, but let's take it out for a good ride. Ooh, sounds nice as well. Alright, let's give it a go. Very smooth throttle on that one. Obviously she's cold, so she's revving up a little bit. It's a nice Beamer. 2 Series. I don't mind the 2 Series. They're growing on me a little bit. Yeah, so it's got a quick shifter up. It's quite smooth. The engine does feel very smooth. I'll give it that. There's not much vibration in it for a bike. Although one thing that I have noticed straight away is that the suspension and the seat are suspension, that's actually quite soft, but the seat is very firm. It's got a blipper down. Yep, definitely got a blipper down. So I've got this for, oh, he stalls it, what an idiot. It's a very light clutch on that, so I'm just making an excuse up now, but the clutch is very light. There's not a lot of resistance in that clutch at all. So I got this bike for a couple of days, put some miles on it, see what I think of it. But that's only because I've just been so busy lately. Indicators are easy to get to. Yeah, I've just been so busy lately that I haven't had a chance to get back down to Yamaha and take bikes out for a test ride like I was doing quite a lot when it was Honda. Because I absolutely love the Yamaha range they've got. It's just fantastic. But anyway, back to this bike. So, obviously first impressions, the wind mirrors, they're nice and far out, obviously on the end of the bar ends. So they give you good visibility. You're not having to tuck your elbows in. So the suspension's quite soft. It's quite firm. I'm feeling quite a lot of the bumps in the road. It's very manoeuvrable. The acceleration. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got punch. That definitely pulls. If I was to get onto the motorway, I'll just move that one out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, if I was to get onto the motorway or the twisties with this, do not pull out. Yeah, if I was to get on the motorway with this, wow, this would absolutely shift. I can tell that straight away. It's got potential. And that quick shifter is very nice. Blipper down, let's have a look. Oh, very smooth. I did find that, like with the BMWs, they were extremely harsh on the blip down. You'd like almost jolt. It was quite violent. But Yamaha, they've definitely nailed it. It is smooth. It's quite a narrow seat at the start of the tank, so when you're gripping it with your legs, I don't know why I just use the clutch then. When you grip it with your legs, it's quite tight. I mean, I say tight, it's quite hard. It does dig in a little bit to your thighs. Sitting back a little bit. I mean, if I had longer arms, sitting back, the seat is actually a little bit more comfortable. But sitting forward, I'm on quite the narrow part of the seat, so it's not actually that nice. Maybe you can get an upgraded seat. You can get a cowling cover for this, because I think the rear part of the seat, the pillion section, looks absolutely vile. But the rest of the bike looks stunning. Yeah, blip down into second to first gear. Wow, no dramas with that at all. Blip up, yeah. So far I have not been disappointed with what I'm experiencing on this bike. Obviously the Xsr 600 that I test rode, I absolutely love that bike. That was cracking. I'd happily have owned that. And this is its big brother. Right, I'll show my visibility to this car so they don't try and pull out. That's my concern, sitting offside, so I've got good visibility down the road. You go into junctions and then you end up worrying about the car's not seeing you. That is a very light clutch. It almost feels like it's not connected to the bike. But I guess with the blipper, the only time you really need the clutch is when you're... Right, I'm going to go then. So in the... Wow, she only just pulled onto the roundabout. So in the UK, I'm just going to go through this really quickly because that was a prime example. In the UK, on roundabouts, you give way to the right. There was nothing coming from the right for her. She stopped, she waited, she looked left. And she looked left. Wow. just seems like driving standards in the UK have gone massively downhill. Just people are stupid. Anyway, back to the bike. So looking down at the TFT display on this one, it is there. It's in your face. It's crisp, colourful, easy to figure out. Got no issues with that at all. It's got cruise control on the left hand side. Filter right through to the front of the traffic. Look at that lovely gap, lovely phone usage there as well. Yeah, she's still on her phone. See it in the mirror. Anyway, so I've got cruise control, menu. Now somewhere is the power mode. I think it's in standard power. Obviously, like I said, this is a first impression, so bear with me, guys. I will give you a bit more in-depth information. As you can see, I've got the Insta360 1X, and as you can see, sorry, not the 1X, the 4X, and as you can see here, I've got the DJI Osmo Action 4. Now, the reason I've upgraded is purely because of the European trip I'm going to be doing this year. Holly needs a camera setup, I need a camera setup, and I thought I'm just going to upgrade camera. Rather than go for second-hand stuff, I'm going to try and keep up with the times and stay with the what's up with current standards. So anyway, I mean, this blue, look at this, but I keep digressing. This blue, I love this colour. It is stunning. When it's clean, which it is, and when it's in the sunlight, it looks phenomenal. Yamaha have really done well with this one. I wouldn't actually mind my bike being done in this blue. I think it's just proper in your face. I am really impressed with the way this blipper works. Very impressed. I'm not sure if you can get a cowling for the front area just to give you some sort of like protection at the front like the XSR has. The XSR was obviously like offset slightly, some asymmetrical kind of design, whereas this one is nice, straightforward, simple, nothing too out of the ordinary. But it looks good. I like that XSR plated badge there as well. Yamaha Motor Company Limited. Nothing special. I was hoping it was going to have like a limited edition number on it, but you never know. If they do a limited edition one, this may come from that. At the moment, I'm unsure of the power this bike has to deliver. It was a case of what bike do you want? I will take that bike. And I haven't done my research, didn't know what bike was available. The riding position for the ergonomics. Again, your legs are bent in, I wouldn't say a sports bike position, but they are very, very close. If you were a tall rider on this bike, you may find, oh, look at that Mustang, beautiful. You're going to find, I think, it potentially a little bit of a struggle, just because of how, yeah, you're going to find it a little bit of a struggle, I'd say, because you are kind of in a sports bike position with your legs, but it's not too bad. I don't know if they're adjustable rear sets, because that would be quite handy if they were. You could just drop it down a little bit, but as it stands for 5'8", it's absolutely golden. There's no issues at all. The reach as well, for me, I've got no problems with the reach. Again, if you're taller, your arm's going to be bent, so it's not going to be a drama. And if you're shorter, again, it's set up quite well on this bike, so I don't think you have much of an issue. I do love this view coming into Southampton. That's a cruise ship there. That's a cruise ship with that like floating platform that like drops off as a lift down the side, or an elevator down the side of the boat. Obviously, you get a sock for that, so you've got some sort of Yamaha cover or something on there, just so it looks a bit cooler. It's tinted, I think. Yeah, it looks tinted, so that's quite a nice little touch. Nice black bars. There's not much flex. No, they feel quite sturdy. Some bikes you do that to and you can feel them like bending about, which is a bit worrying. So initially, my first impressions of this bike are very, very good. The gear selector is very easy to access with your foot. So you've got LEDs, you've got your... It sounds really nice as well. It really does sound good. Yeah, that's all engine noise. But I'm not overly sure what exhaust it's got. I didn't really note that when I started. Brakes. Rear brake. It's quite comfortable. I do like that rear brake. Some of these newer bikes I'm riding, the brakes do feel quite responsive at the rear, whereas previously a lot of motorcycles, you put your foot on the rear brake, might as well not even bother, because a lot of them are absolutely shocking. But that accelerator is so, it's just really, really responsive. There's like no slack in it at all. Now I was going to think about showing a bit of filtering. Still might. I'm not going to filter through that. But if the Mercedes was straight, this person hasn't even got a seatbelt. Right, I don't get this, and I keep digressing, but forget it. So obviously in the UK and a lot of countries, you've got to wear a seatbelt. Just chuck a cigarette out with me. Why don't you? Tosser. You've got to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. The person in front had, and that's someone on their mobile phone whilst riding a scooter. You got a death warrant, absolute death wish. Right, so back. Oh man, honestly, I think I've got issues. I keep digressing. So we've got this person here in a van. They've not got a seatbelt on, but what they've done is they've taken the effort to put the seatbelt over their arm. Why don't you just put the seatbelt on? If you've gone to the extent to put a seatbelt over your arm, which is going to do nothing, because if the police saw you, they're still going to pull you over. What's the point? Just put it over your put it over yourself. Ooh, I ain't going to filter through there because Mr. Trucker is moving. That is a pile of crap. Look at that. Anyway, bike. Cruise control, horn, hazards, headlight flash, menu, pass light at the front there. You got your mode selected, like I was saying. Traction control, different settings of traction control. You got your mode button here. And I love this view coming in. Look at this. You've got the Red Funnel Ferry, cruise liner. They have a couple of cruise liners from that terminal. If there's cruise liners in Southampton, you definitely don't want to be in Southampton City Centre unless you have to be. It is very, very busy. The riding position for your back, you are leaning forward slightly, but your back is pretty much straight. So I can't see any issues of getting tired whilst riding this motorcycle. It is a very comfy bike actually. The seat, like I said, that is the only thing at the moment for me that I'm finding a bit of a negative. The suspension, yeah, it's bouncing about a bit. Stop using that clutch. But it's not overly difficult right now. I've managed to get hold of where the indicator is, so that's easy to. Again, most bikes, once you've ridden them for a while, you know where all the buttons are that you need, and they become very easy. Straight away, I'm touching it. I was worried I was going to be hitting the horn like a lot of Hondas. You go to indicate on a Honda, and all you do is beep at everyone. But this is very, very nice. I would genuinely love to get this on a track and just open her up and see. Okay, that little bump was alright, up and over, no dramas with that. Yeah, I'd love to get this on a track and just see what it's like. Those wind mirrors, I do like what visibility it gives you there. Alright, a little bit of filtering now, so flipping down, yeah, easy, no dramas. Oh, look at that, absolutely golden. It's a narrow bike. Front brake at low speed, that and a half stops you. That really does. It's quite aggressive, which is good. How many miles has this bike done then? So, trip, final fuel count, odo. Oh wow. So this bike's only done 323 miles. Trip 323. Average fuel. Ooh, that's good. Ambient temperature 18 degrees, average fuel 1.4 miles per gallon. Very nice. That's really good, really good. But it is 900, and I'm guessing this has been absolutely ridden within an inch of its life by some of the customers, because let's face it, it's a demo bike. Most people get on a demo bike, they wring the neck out of it and see what it's capable of. And to return 51 miles per gallon, it's pretty decent. Now I can imagine that on a national speed limit or on a motorway you are going to get quite a lot of wind. I'll probably do a video on that at some point. For this that you'll see in a minute, I probably will get a fair bit of wind in my chest. But yeah, at the moment, pretty damn impressed with the XSR 900.